We're working on a RZR 900 engine rebuild, the bottom end, and we're doing the rod and main bearing selection. And so here in the manual, it shows you where to look on the rods for the number. So right at the bottom on the caps, you can see that this PTO rod cap is a number 3, and this mag side rod cap is a number 2. So you pull these numbers for the rods, and then on the crankshaft, you've got 6 letters, and you take those 6 letters and write those ones down. And then also on the case, there's 6 numbers, and you take those and write those down. And those 6 numbers are right here. 222221, and write those down. So you can see that there's quite a few variations of colors that you use in these RZR 900 and 1000 engines. And so we're going to do an example here, and I'm going to write these down for us. So on the crank, we've got BBB, GGB. So I'm going to do this here, crank, B, 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 G, G, B. Now on the case, we've got 222221. Case, two, 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 1. And then for the rods, we've got 3 on the PTO side and 2 on the mag side. So I'm going to do mag, PTO. So the mag is a 2, and the PTO is a 3. So in the manual, it goes over how they start with the mag side as number 1. So going from left to right with the case numbers and the crank letters and the rods, it's all mag to PTO. So here it'll explain how you have to use the second letter from the crank letters for the mag side, and then also you're going to use number 4 for the PTO rod. And so if you just read it right here, it'll kind of go over that for you. But then, so here's the chart that we'll go over now. So for the mag side, we've got a number 2 and a B. So if you come up here where it says rods, we've got a number 2, and then the crankshaft is a B. So that means that our mag rod bearing is going to be blue. Then if we come over here, the rods number 3 matches up with number 4 with the 4th letter, so 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a G. So the crank is a G, and then the rod is a yellow. So then here I've got written down the mag rod is blue and the PTO is yellow. And that's for the rod. Then later on it'll explain how you need to use for the crankshaft letters the first one, the third one, the 5th one, and the 6th one for matching up these main bearings. And then for the case numbers, you're going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so right here we've got the crank letters. So we're going to use 1, 3, 5, and 6. And then the case numbers, we're going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we're going to go B for this first one and 2. So that's this guy right here. So then we'll go number 2 for the case and B. So we got blue. So then over here on the where I wrote this down, we got main. The first one is blue. Then we're gonna go to the 3rd letter, right? Because that's what they're saying here is use the 3rd letter and the 2nd number for the case. And so then that'll be B2 again, so that's another blue. And so then for that 2nd main bearing, we've got blue. Then we're gonna go to number 5 on the crank letters and number 3 on the case numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a G and a 2. So then we come up here and go G2, which puts us at a green. So there's a green one for the 3rd main bearing. And then for this last one, which is on this final PTO side, we're going to use the 6th letter for the crank and the 4th number for the case. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got B2, which puts us right at a blue again. So then I've got that written down. So then I just put these in order so that I know from this side, the mag side, all the way to the PTO side, I'm able to put those bearings in the right spot. So we got a main, rod, main, rod, main, main. And here, now we've got the main, rod, mean, hopefully that helps you guys out. So with the main bearings and the rod bearings, the main ones have these holes in them, and the rod bearings don't have any of the holes. And so you can see that they've got that little blue marker on there for the blues, and they've got the yellow on there for the yellows, and then the green marker on there for those. So you got to make sure that all those bearings match up with the selection chart in your cases and crank and your rods.